trying to control my breathing like Ray is.
Passed on all we know.
We?
A
The books?
generations living
Yoda and you? 1,000 generations of Skywalkers or 1,000 generations of Jedi?
but this is your fight.
Is he talking as a corporeal being or as a standard Force Ghost? Coming in here, we have another TIE Silencer looking vehicle, similar to Kylo Ren's old TIE Silencer, but it makes me wonder, is it a new one for him or is it a new one for another pilot? But it's slightly different because it's got that red highlight and that spherical cabin or a cockpit. We got a new vehicle flying in. I can't quite tell what that is. I'm hoping this is Dathomir. I need to pause for that. Dathomir being the home planet of the Night Sisters and most notably Darth Maul and his brother Savage Opress. I'm hoping, and I'm just basing this on the way that planet looks. It looks like it could be a live action visualization of the planet that we've seen in the Clone Wars many times, the Clone Wars animated series, based on the trees, and that planet, the trees basically just look like dead trees, and let's pause it when it comes up so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So we got like these dead trees, and the atmosphere is all red looking, and that's how Dathomir looks. In the Clone Wars animated series, it always looked like it was nighttime, but maybe that's just they were always there at nighttime, and this is their way of visualizing it in the live-action film. Or it could not be that planet at all, but I'm hoping that it is. Because it would be cool if there's something tying back to Darth Maul. Perhaps Kylo is after a relic of some sort. We know that they've stated that this film is going to tie all of the eras so far of the Star Wars saga together. So that would certainly bring the current sequel trilogy tying back to the prequel trilogy. And for some reason, Kylo is punching somebody with the side of his lightsaber. Obviously, his cross guard is stabbing that person, but it's a interesting way to use a lightsaber when you've got a giant blade of some kind of plasma energy and you use just the little tiny dagger on the side, but it looks cool. That's all that matters, right? Okay, play. Getting his helmet fixed. I don't know if he's fixing it on purpose or if somebody's just doing it for him. Coming up, we have some jump troopers. That's cool. We haven't really seen those anywhere other than... Okay, this is the one that's hard to see. But we've got a new version, A-Wing. I think they're called R2 or something. RA2 or RZ2 or something like that. The old A-Wings had their very recognizable shape that we would, say looks like an A. Oh, you can kind of see it there in the little preview from when I was... Gosh, I keep getting this wrong. Okay, let's go there. Let's get ready to pause it right when we get to... Oh, it's hard to do. But anyway, it's clearly an A-Wing, the new version of the A-Wing. But behind it is, to me, what looks like a old Imperial Star Destroyer. So not one of the new First Order Star Destroyer designs, but one of the older Star Destroyer designs. but it looks like it's been painted with some red accents, perhaps in the style of the Venator class from the Clone Wars and the Old Republic. So to me, that makes me wonder if this is a misdirect, and perhaps this is a repurposed Imperial Star Destroyer that the good guys, have taken over and tried to make their own. Or perhaps it is a Venator class and we just don't get a good glimpse at it. And that would be another way they're tying back to the old prequel trilogy timeline. But it looks to me like, and you get just a very quick glimpse of it. I think that's got to be an Imperial Star Destroyer that's been painted, given a paint job. So that's what I'm banking on.
We'll always be with you.
Perfect tier. Got the whole hero crew together,
No one's ever really gone.
and that's a Death Star, my friends. That's a piece of a Death Star. And somebody's back. Now, I think I'm going to back this up. Oh, dang it, I keep getting that wrong. Let's back up here. No R2-D2, which sucks, but anyway. The Death Star, it's on a planet that has, land masses, but also oceans. Like, that's a full-on ocean. That's not a lake or anything like that. And quite an atmosphere. You can see all the clouds and everything, and it's, clearly overcast and some rainy stuff going on there. But that is a big chunk of the dish from the Death Star. And since they're inferring the presence of Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine, that would make you think this is the Death Star 2, which was destroyed over the forest moon of Endor. So the forest moon, we never see bodies of water like this in establishing shots or anything like that. That doesn't mean that they don't exist on the forest moon. Maybe there's an ocean somewhere that we just didn't see. Or this is the planet Endor that the forest moon of Endor orbits. Or maybe it's some other celestial body in the general vicinity of Endor. Maybe the Endor system. I don't know, but I'm guessing that that's what this is. Now, when it comes to the Emperor, there's speculation. Did he do some cloning of himself? That was a storyline that was touched upon in the now Legends extended universe. So it could be we're hearing the voice of a clone. Did he somehow survive through his dark power abilities, cheating death, and all that goodness from Darth Plagueis the Wise? If that's the case, has he just been hiding out for this whole time, and maybe he's been pulling the puppet strings of people like Snoke this whole time? Or maybe was Snoke a failed clone, and from there he just kind of let him be his own person, and the Emperor was like kind of just training him in some Force abilities and allowing him to take control, but really Palpatine's in control. I mean, because he's always been in control. But anyway, I don't think it's a clone. I think it's probably more like what happened in Season 6, the Lost Missions of the Clone Wars series, when Yoda visits a Sith temple and has a encounter with what seems to be the a benevolent, is that right? Not benevolent. Um, a bad spirit. And it's the spirit of the old Sith master Darth Bane. Uh, in as far as our knowledge goes, the Sith can't have Force ghosts. For whatever reason, their connection to the Force is in such a way that they haven't mastered that ability like the Jedi have. But it's in canon that they can uh, have parts of their like spirit, I guess, or something like that, attached to a place or an object. And I wonder if he is basically attached to the Death Star too. And when they in this whatever sequence they go and visit this ruin, if that's what they encounter, some kind of haunting, basically, of this structure. And we know that if you are familiar with the concepts that didn't get used in The Force Awakens, there was a concept that they would be visiting the sunken ruins of um, the Emperor's throne room from the Death Star 2. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I guess that's my speculation on what could be happening here. But regardless, we've got Ian McDiarmid back playing that character, or whatever iteration of the character they're going to be sharing with us in this one. So it's pretty cool. I wish I had a graphic, but I think with the title coming up, classic. Love the blue. So the Rise of Skywalker, to me, it kind of makes me think. Oh, go back to it. No, that's not what I want. Sorry. To me, it makes me think that. Man, I cannot get that in my head. Skip it, and then click it. Okay. It makes me think that either the Skywalker name is being used in the popular vernacular in this universe, in the galaxy far, far away, as the next iteration of a Jedi, or perhaps what if there is a balance where Kylo and Rey kind of meet in the middle? I don't know if that would be satisfying from a story standpoint, but maybe they meet in the middle somewhere, and that is what you call a Skywalker, somebody who balances between good and evil, because both Anakin and Luke had their run-ins with the dark and the light side. Obviously, Anakin had a much darker streak. But anyway, maybe that's what it means by Skywalker, or just in the universe, the people decide. They don't really remember the word Jedi that much, because we really only ever hear the Jedi talk about Jedi. We don't really hear normal people saying anything about Jedi. But what I said earlier, I wish I had a graphic for it. I imagine there could be a scene, almost an homage to the classic Kirk Douglas Spartacus, which I believe was directed by Stanley Kubrick. And there could be a little moment with several different people, Force users, maybe standing up against the bad guys, or maybe even non-Force users, but want to present themselves as part of that side. saying, "I am Skywalker. I am Skywalker," and they all say, "I am Skywalker," and that could be the rise of Skywalker, or it could mean that maybe Rey has some lineage that Rian Johnson decided not to tell us about, and JJ is gonna say, "Okay, well now it's my turn to tell the story that I started telling in Episode 7," and Ryan decided to totally dump for something else. I'm not dumping on Rian Johnson's film. I actually like a lot about it, but there's parts of it that annoy the crap out of me. So it could be that. It could be the rise of Kylo Ren, who does have Skywalker blood. He's not technically a Skywalker, but technically is he a Solo? Because we now know that Han got his last name from an arbitrary legal document at a port of entry or something. So anyway, that's what I think about this trailer. I am hoping that the way that JJ is going to tie in all of the different eras is going to be pretty awesome. If that is Dathomir, I'm excited to see that location explored in live action. And if that is the case, I want to see some Night Sisters and or Zabrak in live action again. We got Darth Maul a little bit, but let's get some more. Yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, this is my first video reviewing something, and I'm gonna start getting some game footage uploaded, and it's exciting. But this felt like a good place to start, since I mostly play Star Wars games. So thanks, have a good day, and leave a comment, leave a like, follow if you want to see more. My videos won't always be like this. I'm literally doing this recording for the first time. So alright, may the force be with you. Peace.